fantastic weekend. We had a really chilled out weekend. We had some pretty horrible weather in the UK, in London, but you know what? It's a new day, it's a new week, it's a fresh start. So I'm excited to dig into this Monday. It's Move the Needle Monday, of course. And every Monday, I'm going to be talking about a little bit about something that will help you tackle stuff in your business a little bit differently so that you're moving the needle a little bit closer towards where you want to be. So my topic of discussion this week is discovery calls and how to do them well. And I think this discussion is super relevant for this month because in the Inner Circle, we have just published a workbook on how to master discovery calls. Now, this is a 17-page workbook that helps you go through how to prepare for a call, how to conduct a call, and what to do after a discovery call so that you are increasing your chances of success and getting hired. So this is like a 17-page gorgeous workbook that is free for Inner Circle members, and you can go and access it in the Inner Circle right now. So one of the sections of the workbook is all about the questions that you should ask on a discovery call. And I list 12 questions you should ask, but for the purposes of keeping this video short, I'm going to just cover about 5 of them or so. And some key questions that will help you get the information that you need to have a great conversation with your prospect and also create a good proposal and increase your chances of getting hired. So one of the first questions, so discovery calls are scary, right? So I'm giving you these questions so that you can go in prepared because I'm always all about discovery calls being not so much about you showing off about how much work you can, what experience you have or how you can help them and like talking about your achievements. A discovery call is really all about your client and listening to them and listening to how they talk about their business, about their struggles, about their desires. It's really about listening and asking the right questions. You want to tease information out of them. So do more question asking than kind of telling and shouting and shouting about your achievements. It's all about the question asking, okay? Because you're putting your client at the center of the conversation. You're putting their needs at the center of the conversation. And every client loves that, kind of loves to be the center of attention. And when you're asking the right questions, that's almost kind of more important than showing off, because there's a skill to asking the right questions. So the question number 1, I'm just going to dig right into it. Question number 1, these are in no particular order, by the way. So question number 1, can you tell me a bit more about your business, how you started and what you're working on now? So with this question, you're really digging into their, what drives them when it comes to their business. Why did they start their business? What you're trying to tease out their passions, where they lie. And this will give you clues as to how they run their business and how running their business has kind of fallen away a little bit. And that's why they're looking to hire a virtual assistant. Where did it kind of all get a little bit too much? Okay. So how did you start and what are you working on right now? What are your biggest priorities right now? Number 2, what prompted you to want to hire a virtual assistant? What brought you to this point where you think, it's time to grow my team, it's time to hire some help? And this question will really help you understand what their real pain points are. What are they really struggling with? And that brings us to the next question, question number 3. Which tasks are you really struggling with at the moment? Which ones take up the most of your time? Which ones do you hate doing? Which ones always end up at the bottom of your to-do list? And this question will help you to see whether they actually know what they want to outsource, or whether they're looking for you to tell them what you can help them with. Because we have to remember, a lot of business owners they kind of come at this whole hiring a virtual assistant thing without actually knowing what they want to outsource. So they kind of like jump on a call with a virtual assistant in this desperate state of like, oh my gosh, how can you help me? How can you help me? So you want to know which one of these two camps your prospect lies in. The one who already knows exactly what he's going to outsource, or the one who's kind of like overwhelmed, you tell me what you can help me with. So it's good to know where you stand in that sense. And to be honest, it's better if you have this information beforehand with a really solid intake form, which we also have in the Inner Circle. Okay, if we were to start working together next week, which top 3 tasks would you like me to take over? So obviously this applies to somebody who already knows what they want to outsource. But this is really good to get specific, okay? Because you don't want to kind of like just be all over the place on the discovery call and then talk specifics later. Just kind of be as specific as possible. It might be hard to get specific on the discovery call, but if you can, that would be really helpful for them to tell you like specifically what they want help with. Another question, I'm just jumping ahead a little bit, but another question that I really like is what would you be able to do by having someone like me on your team? What will you now have time for if you hire me? And this is kind of almost like a personal question for them because it makes them think about their desires, their goals for their business. You know, they'll probably say things like, I'll have time to focus on my clients. I'll have more time to spend with my family. I'll have time to go on vacation. And that's kind of where you're really hitting the heartstrings and you're really thinking about what they're going to gain by hiring somebody like you. And that's a perfect place to have them because then they're really visualizing the change and transformation that you can bring into their life. So you really want to get them in that headspace where they're really looking at what they can achieve by hiring you. And lastly, a really good question I like, which kind of comes up in conversation anyway, is have you worked with a virtual assistant before? This is kind of maybe like a little bit of a nosy question, but it's kind of, it's good to know if your client has worked with a VA before, if they have the experience of managing a virtual assistant before. And it's also interesting to see if they have worked with the virtual assistant before, is that relationship still going or did it kind of break down in some way? And in what way did it break down? So that kind of gives you a little bit of insight on what to expect when working with them. Are there any red flags you should be aware of? And things like that. And so those are, I don't know how many I just listed, but those are some really good questions to consider. But there's a whole list of questions, 12 of them, in fact, in the Master Your Discovery Calls workbook in the Inner Circle. So go ahead and check that out. There's a whole section on how to prepare for a call. There's a whole section on what to do after your call so that you're increasing your chances for success. So go ahead and download that. That would be amazing. And let me know what you think about it when you've downloaded it. So my action item for you today, I haven't really thought of an action item for you this week, but I would really love for you to go and book a discovery call, use this worksheet, and let me know how it worked for you. So that's your action item. Go book a discovery call. No, but seriously. So now I'm just going to talk a little bit about what's happening in the Inner Circle this week. We have our brainstorming session happening this Thursday at 2 p.m. GMT, 9 a.m. ET, 6 a.m. PT. Brainstorming session where we do hot seats with members of the Inner Circle. We discuss issues or challenges or celebrate wins if anybody has them, all together on Zoom for about an hour. These are really fun sessions. People come away feeling really energized and motivated. It all happens on Zoom. It's not recorded. No, I do record them now, and I also stream them live to Facebook, and the recording goes up in our private Inner Circle podcast that you guys can subscribe to and listen to on the go. So you can actually listen to our conversation, our brainstorm conversation on the go, which is awesome. We also have our expert training happening this Wednesday on October 6th at 4 p.m. GMT, 11 a.m. ET, 8 a.m. PT. And this is with the copy crew. And she's going to tell us about how to write client and non-client emails like a CEO. So that should be really good. And then, of course, for the rest of this month, we also have our Inner Circle goal setting session, which is happening on Wednesday, October 27th in the Inner Circle Facebook group. Our Inner Circle resources this month, we've got two amazing resources. Number one was the Master Your Discovery Calls Workbook, which is in the Inner Circle right now. And we also have an accountability partner worksheet, which you can use for your accountability partners. You can use them to track your goals and your successes and your achievements and hold each other accountable. It's a really cool worksheet. I'm so glad we finally got that out there. And on the topic of accountability partners, we're actually opening our accountability partner pairing program on October 25th until the 29th. For that week only, we're going to be accepting applications for accountability partners in the Inner Circle, and we will pair you soon after applications close. So if you want an accountability partner, make sure you keep an eye on your emails for when the partner program opens on October 25th. That's super exciting. We've seen so much success with accountability partner pairings. And member spotlight this week. Who are we spotlighting this week? This week, I want to spotlight Rena Newman, who is, I feel like she's booked like a couple of clients this week. She's booked, one of her friends is offering a marketing package and website in exchange for admin support for her business with a discounted rate. So well done. So exciting. And then you've also got a message from somebody on LinkedIn asking about your services because she's looking to hire a VA in a month or two. She said she will book a discovery call with me when she is ready. Rena, you've now got the discovery calls worksheet that you can go through to help you prepare for that discovery call. It's so exciting. Well done. I hope that goes well. So Rena, you have been absolutely amazing. You've been showing up to our brainstorm sessions. They've been wonderful. You've been showing up, you've been doing the work, you've been getting out there, and the results are coming in. So well done. My turn. What am I focusing on this week? Well, the 5-day challenge is starting today. So I'm going to be focusing on that and making sure that our members go through the challenge. They're getting a lot out of it, and we're seeing results from them basically, because I'm on a mission to help them book 100 clients. Like, it's amazing. We've had about 700 people join the challenge, 720, something like that. So I'm hoping to get like 100 of them new clients. Let's see if I can do it. I don't know. That's it for me this week. I hope I didn't miss anything. Go ahead, have a wonderful Monday, have a wonderful week, and I will see you inside the Inner Circle. Thank you for watching and listening if you're listening. Bye.